Over on my Patreon, there's a tier that allows you to choose the topic of a video. I'll read a light novel, a manga, or watch an anime, provided they aren't too long. I don't have the time to watch all of One Piece in a single month. This month, longtime Patreon supporter Waffles wanted me to watch a shorter anime and then give my thoughts about it. Welcome once again to Musings by Danon. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Danon. I'm currently reading over 600 manga and light novels, and my two favorite genres are fantasy and romance. So on this channel, we talk a lot about both of those genres, but we tend to look more into story structure and tropes rather than how cool the fight scenes are, or how great the animation or artwork is. Which brings me to the subject of today's video, Planetarian. Before we get started, I'd like to quickly ask you to like and subscribe. It really does help the channel, and it's free. With that out of the way, let's get into the video. Planetarian is a 5-episode series with a movie that is basically the same thing, but with some added scenes. I recommend watching the movie instead of the series, but it's up to you how you spend your time. That being said, the show is worth watching. At its core, Planetarian is about finding hope in a hopeless world. Allow me to set the scene. The world has ended. About 30 years ago, a rogue nation unleashed a biochemical weapon that wiped out millions of people. Nuclear weapons were used in response. Now, civilization has collapsed, and people scavenge to survive, dodging AI drones and tanks that serve no master other than corrupted programming. Our story begins with Kazuya, one of the surviving scavengers, entering a city, dodging robots, and just trying to find supplies that will keep him and the other few surviving humans alive. He enters into a giant building that appears to actually have power. After exploring for a bit, he is eventually welcomed into the store by a girl. Wait, what kind of weird person welcomes him in a post-apocalyptic world? And who keeps track of the number of visitors to a planetarium? Wait, what's a planetarium? Oh, it shows the stars. Wait, stars? I've never seen stars. At least, not for almost 30 years. In fact, no one has. The sky has been gray and overcast ever since the war. It turns out that the girl, Hoshino, is a robot. Her job is to welcome people to the store and perform the planetarium show. Only no one has shown up in years. But finally, she has a customer. It's her first customer in many, many years. And she was so excited that she made a bouquet. Only there weren't any flowers, so she had to use what was lying around. I'm sorry, Mr. Customer, I did my best. Hoshino's rampant positivity is infectious, and she's even able to affect Kazuya. Which, to be honest, was the only part that surprised me. Unfortunately, if you're at all familiar with storytelling, this show is incredibly predictable. Spoiler alert, but not a big one. Kazuya is constantly annoyed by Hoshino. He's aggressive with her, rude to her, and obviously wants nothing to do with her. But she presses on. It's in her programming after all. And so Kazuya decides to sit down and watch the show. He might as well rest for a little bit. Only there is no show. You see, the machine is broken. But here is where her influence comes in. Kazuya could just leave. He could finish scouring the store, grab whatever valuables he can find, and leave. But he doesn't. He stays and fixes the projector. He swaps out light bulbs, repairs the motors, and ensures power is flowing into the planetarium. Kazuya, at the beginning of the show, would have never done this. But after spending time with Hoshino, he changes. Even though she's just a robot, being around someone relentlessly positive causes him to change. And that change is still there throughout the rest of the anime. Now, a cynic would say that this show is contrived and trite. The plot is pretty basic, the animation's nothing to write home about, and the character dialogue is not engaging. And all of that is true. But even knowing that, I still enjoyed the show. There's just something engaging about Hoshino. Thinking back on it, it was one line that made me love her as a character. When they first meet, Kazuya asks if she's broken or something, and she replies that yes, she is. She thinks there's something inherently wrong with her diagnostic system. She doesn't explain that line till the end of the show, but there was just something tragic about it. Are you broken? Yes. Yes, I am. But every day she still gets up and does her job, welcoming no one to watch a show that will never play. Because what else can you do when the world is gone? Thanks for tuning in. Once again, a huge shout out to my editor Cute Stuff. I couldn't make these videos without her. If you'd like to hire her to edit your own videos, she can be reached at cutestuff.edits@gmail.com. Link is down below. If you're looking for ways to support the channel directly, you can head on over to patreon.com/Danon. There are several tiers to choose from. You can pick an anime or manga for me to do a video about, or you can join our monthly manga club. I also wanted to give a quick shout out to all of my patrons: Waffles, Jiraiya, Danny, Muffins, Marcus, Squishy, Brett, Roxy, Sean, Pob Zombie, Mark, Borgie, Nazwin, Pedro, Midge, Alix, Alex, Julio, Valeri, Conga, Ignis, RJ, Aaron, Chris, Robert, Joel, Brock, and Michael. You guys are awesome. I post anime or manga videos often, or you can click here to watch additional videos. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all again next time on Musings by Danon.